Hey guys, I want to talk with you a little bit today about something that I think is really, really important. Something that I wasn't trained on very well when I first began as a coach. And I'm realizing now, the more I'm growing my business, of how really important this is. And that is organization. So I don't know about each of you, but I am not the most organized person out there. I love having a clean home and a clean space because it makes me more creative and more productive. But when it comes to systems of organization, man, that is just not my forte. So I've been learning probably right along with you guys as far as how to do this. But it is crucial in inviting people to our challenge groups and building relationships if we have a system of organization. The more your business grows, the more people you'll be inviting every single day, more relationships you'll be building, which also means that's the more follow-ups you'll be making as well. If you invited Jane Smith last month to your challenge group and she was like, this is not a great month for me, but I think next month would be better. I'd be more interested in next month. If you don't have a good system in place, next month is going to roll around and you'll probably have forgotten about her altogether in the sea of all the other people that you've been reaching out to. And so that's just a really small example of why it's important, but it's definitely going to be crucial for people to feel like they are valued and cared for by us if we follow up with them effectively. And that will simply take having an awesome system in place. If you're like, hey, I'm doing great right now, in a few months, or even on Sunday, then I'll create a good system. I'll build it up and I'll get it going. I just want to say, guys, that the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be. And if you have a system that is just hard to keep up with, like maybe you need a system that's going to be a little more simple. Maybe you need to go back to the basics and just do something really, really simple with it. So the key here is not about how you do your system, but it's about creating one that will be something that you can do every single day and is not going to take too much time, and it's easy to keep up to date. So whether you want to start a notebook system, whereas you write every single day, these are the people you talk to, this is who you reached out to, had conversations, Beachbody, non-Beachbody related, and then you go back every little while, and a week later you look at who you talked to and say, hey, I'm going to follow up with so-and-so, and then you write that down. That's a great system. That's something that my coach uses in her business, but it's something that for me, that just doesn't work well. And I thrive more on seeing, all right, here's the master list of contacts that I have. And here's people who, hey, I haven't even reached out to them yet. And here's people who I have talked to that said, no, not right now, but maybe at a later date, like things like that. And so I just want to share with you guys my system of organization. And it's something that I've just started doing recently, and it's been really helpful. And it takes maybe an extra 5 minutes every day to stay on top of it as I'm messaging people and as I'm reaching out to them. But I know that it's already been hugely helpful for me, and so great in seeing the people that I haven't yet invited to our challenge groups. So here we go. You might have seen this in the Fearless Empire. There's a little thread about this, and I learned something new that is awesome, you guys. This is so cool. Okay, so if you go on Facebook, when you're logged in, kind of next to your notification button or like number, you'll see that little drop down arrow. So if you click on that, you go to settings, and then at the bottom of that, general account settings, it says download a copy of your Facebook data. So if you click on that, it'll ask for your password, and then it will email you all of your Facebook data, which is pretty cool because you have all of your pictures there that you can go see. That might take forever to filter through all of those. And there's all the videos that you've ever posted and interactions on your wall. Hey, that's pretty awesome. But the coolest thing is that once you get into it, there is a file with all of your friends. Your whole friend list is on your file. So what I did is I just selected all of my friends And then I created a new document in Google Docs, well, actually Google Sheets, so that it's a spreadsheet, and I just pasted them all in there, and I named the file my contact master list, and then I alphabetized them by A to Z, and here I have all of my friends on Facebook without taking the time to type them in, which is what I had started doing, which would take me forever. And I'm all about eliminating busy work in any way possible because I know my time is valuable, especially the time that I don't have kids hanging on me. Those minutes are really, really important. So I want to use them in the best way that I possibly can. So once I have them in my contact master list, what I did is I went in and erased people that it wouldn't be effective to invite them to challenge groups. Now, this doesn't mean erasing people who are like, oh, that's too scary. That person is far too scary to invite to a challenge group. They would never be interested. Or like, that person's really in shape. They don't really need what I have to offer. They're doing good on life. Like, don't erase those people, you guys, because it's, what I had mentioned today in our group, like stepping out of your comfort zone is huge. And if you don't ask somebody, like you are missing out, you're potentially missing out on a really awesome opportunity to be a blessing to that person. What physical bodies look like, that's not a good indicator of their soul and their inner health. Like maybe they're thin, but they actually don't have very good nutrition. Like there's so much we could say about that topic. Or what if they're super fit, but they're just discontent with their job, but they would never say it. Like maybe they would be a huge fit for this coaching opportunity. And maybe that's something that you could share with them. You just never know. So the only people I'm saying to erase from your contact master list are, like for me, people like guys from high school. Like why they're friends with me on Facebook right now, I don't know. Maybe I should just delete them anyway. But people, it's like I probably won't reach out to guys to be my challenge group very often because it's usually a group that's all filled with women. Maybe some of them would have a wife or whatever that would be interested that maybe I'm not connected with. But taking out those people, I'm removing names of coaches who are already in this business, removing the names of people who perhaps are already connected to a coach that things like that. But don't erase the people who are like, that's just too scary to invite them. Leave them on there, reach out to them, step out of your comfort zone in that. Anyway, once you have your master list with the people on there that are like, all right, so these are all potentials in my warm network that I clearly already have some connection with because we're friends on Facebook. Then what I did is I created a color system for how to categorize them. So I'll always keep them in alphabetical order just because it's easier to find them that way. But in my master list then, everyone who has purchased a challenge pack from me, their name and their whole line goes green. I turn it green. I turn all of that text green. For the people who I reach out to and they say, oh, maybe I might be interested, not right now though, like maybe later, like those are purple. So the no, not right now, I make purple. The red for me is everyone who says no, not interested. And then the blue ones those are the ones for me who I invite, but I don't get any response. I don't hear back from them. And then the orange ones are people that I think would be really, really awesome at coaching. So they're also the ones who perhaps have reached out to me with an interest in coaching. So then as I'm looking through, and I should be just sharing my screen right now with you, but I'm doing this video on my phone. But so then I just go through this entire list and I can see all of the ones in an instant of like that I have not reached out to yet. And so when I do my power hour every day, I don't have to sit around and think, who should I invite to my challenge group today? Or like, who should I just start a conversation with? Who should I reach out to and seek to build that relationship and see how they're doing? Like, I don't have any question of that. I can just go on this master list and be like, all right, I see this name right here, Heather so-and-so. Like, I haven't talked to her since high school. I wonder how she's doing. I should just reach out and share a little bit of my life with her. Like, not talking anything about Beachbody, not talking about health and fitness, but just reaching out and showing genuine care and interest in her. and then going from there. And then maybe, after talking with her for a while, maybe then I'll say, hey, by the way, have you noticed that I run these fitness groups? Like, they've been hugely transformative in my life, and I would love for you to come join me and be a part of that. Is that something that you'd ever be interested in? So anyway, so that's my system, you guys. I'm curious to hear what you've been doing and if this system could be something that you could employ. I've been working tirelessly at updating it and going through 6 months worth of people that I've already reached out to on Facebook. And that's why I'm doing this little teaching for you now, because I don't want you to get to that point, because that is overwhelming. Way better to start right away when you're like, oh, I'm not even inviting that many people. I don't need an organized system like this. Well, you will. And the sooner you make it, the easier it will be on yourself. Kind of like when I failed to do my keep up with my taxes all year for my photography business, and I'm like, hey, it's December and I need to go through my entire bank account. Not a good idea, right? Like, that's going to take hours and hours and hours to do. So similar to this, start a great system, whatever may be best for you and your personality, but go after it, and I know that it'll be really helpful for you. So please comment below with some feedback. Tell me if this was helpful and what questions you may have. So, all right, talk to you later, guys.